Red Bull Ring. This track is, unreleased. When the team behind it, finishes up its work on it, it'll be released for public. But so this is a special treat for you guys, a special preview of what's to come, featuring the best and brightest of the NR community. Take a quick second, give you guys the running order real quick. First place, we have Zach Rogers, followed by Dunlop Pratt in second. Juan in the 51, and third. Lenny Campbell is fourth. John Foreman fifth. Blaine currently running sixth. Matt Myers in seventh. Ken Spires eighth. Josh Moyers ninth. RJ Bishop, 10th. Randall Coleman 11th. James Moore 12th, and Oscar Ramos Jr. in 13th. Quick pause real quick as I adjust so I can see some things on track. These cars off and getting ready to go green. Stay on the Dunlop Pratt as they come to the line. Single car looks so much like F1. As we take a bit of a ride with Buddy, enter exit of turn 2, well, turn 3. Side by side right now. Ooh, there's a car. Ooh, car back there, and Buddy gets spun hard into the gravel track. Race is still green, a bit of lag going on from Buddy. Let's switch from him right now. Head up front, let's see the battle going on between Dunlop Pratt and Zach Rogers. As Dunn tries to close that gap to Zach Rogers. So, we're gonna ride with him real quick. for a couple. You see the track extending a lot more than expected in an F1 race. As if they were actual track limits, I don't think they'd be allowed to extend that far. But right now, Zach Rogers has almost a 1.5 second gap in front of Dylan LaPrade. We got an excellent battle going on for third position back there between John and Josh. Let's take a jump back for that real quick. As they cross the line, almost a couple seconds apart. There's a big gap between them as they ride along with Josh Moyers. Entering my probably your favorite section of the track. You could take this part a little, a little faster and track extend a bit. Cameraman, ooh, off track. Hey, cameraman caught him when we went off track, but we're back on him right now. As we have another yellow at the moment. As I boost my mic up a bit. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, as I get back to the action for you guys. The number one of Oscar Ramos was running 12th. He's currently retired. We have a lot of cars kind of scrambling into pit lane at the moment. Matt Myers in that St. Louis Blues Mustang enters pit lane. As Matt just goes off track again, might be having some issues. I'll move forward as RJ Bishop heads into pit lane. We have the 51 behind him as well. They're currently on lap 7 of 32. You know, for every other caution we're gonna, somewhat run into, we're gonna be running single file until 10 to go. When things look at dicey, you're gonna see guys actually, restart side by side. But for the most part, it's gonna be a traditional F1 style um, pacing or safety car where everybody's, single file. And leaving the pits, our new race leader is John Foreman, as Zach Rogers drops down to third. Pace car's in, race is green. Zach Rogers side by side into the turn goes wide. That made contact, him and James Moore. I don't think James Moore got a good start. Zach Rogers looks to the inside, doesn't have it. Will his buddy going off track. Zach Rogers makes a pack. Cloud of dust coming up back there from Foreman as he goes off track. But John LaPrade makes it back into second place. As Zach Rogers slowly builds up this lead, almost a half a second at this point. A little bit of track extending into the dirt right there. Yeah, two cars apparently spinning out in the back of the field, but it will stay green. See if they can catch me up. It'll probably most likely the two cars are probably RJ Bishop and Matt Myers, given the fact that they're so far behind everybody else. They'll ride with Randall Coleman. John Foreman sitting right behind him. She's right there at the game. He tries to close that gap onto Josh Morris, Dunlop Pratt, and Zach Rogers. Easy onto the throttle in that corner right there. That corner is a little tricky because it's a downhill braking section. Sometimes you overshoot, you brake too much, brake too little. Just here the car slide a bit heavy on the brakes in the car for Josh Myers, because Brandon drives through that smoke. This is like probably one of my favorite corners at this track, if you're a big F1 fan. Mercedes W11 when Lewis Hamilton full speed at that corner. Beautiful scene. Look forward to it. It looks like Josh Moore is close to taking Dylan Smith's ride on with him to put this road. racing. That's, feels his tires fit right there. But with these two battlings, make it easier for both Zach Rogers to extend his lead and for Randall Coleman to make it back. There's a big gap forming behind Randall, and then all the dot back there is John Foreman, and then after that it's basically 13 seconds back is the next car. This track is really broken up massively. Second pick at John Foreman isolated by himself. There's a car back there in the dot. That'd be the 73 of Blaine. But other than that, no other cars anywhere around John. This also might be to his benefit. Doesn't have to kill his tires that much, Can probably save a bit. All the leads up front murder their tires, he can just coast and make up time once tire wear kicks in. Let's jump back to that battle between Dunn and Josh Moyers. Yep. As we thought. Now Randall is back in the picture right now. Randall knows if he can get by Josh. But Daniel Pratt is no slouch when it comes to road courses. Up to turn 2, the kink heading into turn 3. Josh goes wide. Well, he closed the gap a bit on exit, but not enough. Looks like Randall was a little bit slower on the throttle back there to avoid any kind of incident. Fast driver right now on track, of course, is our racing Zach Rogers with 114 miles per hour. Also, I've led the last. I've led about 9 laps only, and John Foreman has led 2. As I'm another retiree, Matt Myers is retired from the race. Ooh, lost Randall Coleman back there. Took that corner a bit wide. Spins out a bit. Randall just loses multiple positions after that spin. Randall died to the pit stop. Looks like he blew a tire on that corner. Sorry, we can't see Randall's pace at the moment. Usually he'd run, Chase Elliott Petty scheme, or not Petty, sorry, Napa scheme. Let's jump back to this Titanic battle scene. Josh, ooh, side by side, we cut right to the perfect time. Looks like Josh Moyers got the pass on Dunn on the inside of that corner. Wow. Now can Dunn now catch back up to Josh Moyers and make the pass to regain second place. John Foreman back there getting us in the picture. As he cuts a jaw, Juan in the 51 spins out a bit in sector 2. Currently riding in 10th place right now in that Bainbridge 51. Ooh, cut right on time. That's probably broadcaster's curse as Blaine Dodson spins out. There goes Buddy Campos right by him. That was a exit. He spins out on the exit of turn 2, heading into 3 at the moment, or turn 3 heading into 4. Looks like the 51 has retired with a gearbox failure. Randall Coleman's now a lap down due to, his tire blowing, and also, due to that he couldn't properly steer his car correctly, so he incurred a pit lane penalty by committing too late. So he's a lap down, probably hoping and praying for a yellow flag right now. There we see the 25 of Casquires right there, crossing start finish line. Back to this battle of these two up front. John Foreman's fleet inching his way back there up to them. But it's about a 1 second gap to them. Sounds like Dunn had a bad spin. Ooh. Carrying probably another spin in that sector. Still no yellow flag. Remember, at 10 to go, if there is another yellow at about 10 to go, the drivers will be restarting side by side. Josh Morris slides his car right there, taking him on. Let's Roderick Dunn to try to chase him down real quick. Reports of multiple drivers losing gears. Dunn gets a bit loose in that corner exit, a bit squirrely, but he holds it. I don't think Dunn has the tires to catch him. Probably murdering a lot of his tires, just trying to stay in front of him. At this point, he's skating slowly back. That overtake that Josh got when they were side by side. Josh probably wasn't pushing his tires that much. As you see this battle taking place between Blaine and Buddy. Buddy right there in that white number 10 car. Not far in front of either of them is also the 70 of John Foreman. As I see how these gaps look. RJ and Reynolds. Well, RJ pits again. Squires catching him on camera. Oh, let's take a ride with our race leader for a lap or two. Enjoy the sweet, sweet engine sounds of Zach Rogers. Multiple cars are pinning laps down with multiple gearbox failures. Not failures, but losing gears. As we ride along, we'll mostly follow John Foreman. It's about 3 seconds back from Ken Squires in that 25 Jack Link's car. Out of 32 laps gone by, 13 laps ago. Our race leader with 16 total laps led is Zach Rogers. 5-second gap between him and Josh Moyers. The only thing that'll help Josh Moyers right now is if Zach somehow loses a gear. Ooh. As we have a wreck at the exit of the last corner, it's like RJ Bishop involved with an accident, spin off the track, almost like to hit the wall as he retires into pit lane. Zach Rogers now slowly closing in on what looks to be up the 70 of John Foreman. Only saving grace for him right now is I think Zach will be going into pit lane. Zach dives down in the pit lane. Slams on the brakes hard. So now our new race leader is Josh Moyers. Oh, as he dives in the pit lane too, right behind him. I wonder if Josh was trying to say, no, if the idea thought to him, like, no, let me stay out a lap, get this gap and come in, get the overcut. Looks like that was not in his cards. As Zach Rogers is out, right as we click over to his car, he exits pit lane. Multiple cars a lap down at this moment. The 10 of Buddy Campos, 25 against Squires, so 07 Chase Moore and Randall Coleman down one lap. We have 4 retirees so far. RJ Bishop working on the exit of wrecking before the start straight. The 51 of Juan, total gearbox failure, and Matt Myers and Oscar Ramos as retired as well. As Zach Rod is on a warpath right now, trying to get by his contemporaries and try to re-extend his lead. Because now both him and Josh Moyers have to contend with lap traffic and getting by people. But it aids Zach a lot, you know, being the faster he gets by all these people, and the more difficult it might be for Josh to get by. It looks like now with clean air, Zach Rogers able to drive as fast as he wants to. It's Don LaPrade right there behind Josh Moyers. Not only that, but on the exit, ooh, cutting it real close on that track extension. Josh Moore slowly gaining on the back of Ken Squires. Ooh, Josh kind of forces it to get by, kills his tires a bit. Very impatient. Ooh, Buddy just brakes at the wrong point to let, you know, Josh Moyers by. All 3 cars slide their way on the exit of 1. Hitting that kink that's, you know, Red Bull says is actually turn 2, but his buddy tries to survive ahead of Ken Squires. Both cars are left down. These two are the first 2 cars a lap down, so if there is a caution, you know, they both these two will be in contention for the lucky dog. Buddy Campbell with the all-white Charlie Farms number 10 behind him, the 25 of Ken Squires, and that Jack Links beef jerky cars. Dunlop Pratt is all over the rear end of Ken Squires, trying to get past them, trying to get back into the lead. Ooh, takes him on the outside, switches back inside into this long braking right-hander, gets it. Dunn is pushing desperately trying to get back into a position where if, either Zach or, Josh probably lose a gear to work his way for the overtake because we have 8 laps to go, lap 24 out of 32 at this moment. Our race leader, Zach Rogers, has now led 21 laps with just 2 pit stops, with an 8-second gap over second place Josh Moyers in that 68 car. Some whispers going on about, potential fuel mileage happening. Some drivers are saying right now that they're heading into pit lane as we speak, as we continue on with Dunlop Pratt. Let's get back into watch that battle between Ken Squires and Buddy Campos. Yes, right now Ken is content with letting Buddy go on ahead. Potentially hoping Buddy will, kill his tires under braking as once again commentators curse as Ken locks up a bit. See smoke from his rear end, shoots the exit of that corner a bit wide, but back on the throttle. Once again locking up those rears. Ooh, close. A little bit of sound warpage right there. A lot of smoke on the exit of that. As Ken trying to chase down Buddy Campos. 7 laps to go. I don't think he has what he needs to get by. Let's turn our picture back to our race leader, Zach Rogers, looking to put another car lap down. As he crosses the line, it will be 6 laps to go. Decides a car ride. Ooh. Blame there with almost error, unsure of where Zach was going to go on the exit of that corner. Just kind of parks it in the middle, but Zach, extends that track a bit wider, is able to go around him. Zach right now, a 9-second gap between him and second place. All that's missing from this track, in my opinion, is, that statue of the Red Bull. As Dunlop Pratt heads to the pit lane. as we take a quick look through our running order. Up front, 30 with up front, a 24 lap sled right now, Zach Rogers. Behind him in second place, the 68 of Josh Moyers. In third place, in the 47 car, Don LaPrade. Fifth place, John Foreman. Fifth place, Blaine in the 73 car. Buddy Campos in that 10 car in sixth place. Followed behind him is Ken Squires. Ken right now is in the pits. In seventh place, we have Randall Coleman in the number 9 Napa Auto Parts car. Behind him in ninth place is the 07 of James Moore, who is currently in pit lane. Yep, pit lane. Follow closely behind, well, not close behind them, but our other retirees are RJ Bishop in 10th, 11th place Juan, 12th Matt Myers, 13th Oscar Ramos. Let's come back to Zach Rogers as he exits turn 1. Putting both Randall Coleman and James Moore on lap down. With just four laps to go. Three laps to go till the end of this race. As it falls on the Pratt, Don LaPrade is about a minute behind Zach Rogers at the moment. To go. Looks like there's a point of no return. 30 out of 32 laps. And at this point, if there's any a wreck or something, no cautions will be called. Somebody ahead of Dunn is just heavy on the brakes, trying to get through there. That's the 70 of John Foreman. And currently in 5th place, heavy on the brakes. Saying, screw it. We only got like a lap left, so you know what? Go for broke. Going hot, lock up. Let's try and slide the fuck out the car. Lap 30, 32. John Wells done to get by him. Sorry for the lack of commentary, but ain't much going on the track right now as we're in the waning stages of the race. You have the white flag. One more lap to go. As you ride out the rest of the race with Zach Rogers up front. As he's on his victory lap. Exit sector 2, now in sector 3. Across the line. Your race winner at the debut of Red Bull Ring is Zach Rogers. Go over final running order. First place, Zach Rogers. Second place, Josh Morris. Third place, Don LaPratt. Fourth place, Dunn. Fifth place, John Foreman. Sixth place, Randall Coleman. Seventh place, Ken Squires. Eighth place, Buddy Campos. Ninth, James Moore. 10th, RJ Bishop. 11th, Juan. 12th, Matt Myers. 13th, Oscar Ramos. Final time. Heading for the start finish straight. For the final time, heading for the start finish straight, your race winner, Zach Rogers. Alright. That's it. You only gotta go home. Y'all gotta just get the hell up out of here. Alright.